Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Schlage part number C603-623. This is a dust box is what this is. A dust box is a piece of hardware that goes behind a strike or other things, but in this instance behind a strike, so that when you look in the frame in the hole where the latch bolt would go, you're not being able to see the rough wall construction. Number two, you've cleaned off that installation to make it look finished. Number three, you're help preventing particulate from entering the living space from through that hole, is what it is. So that's what a dust box is. Dust boxes for strikes are available for full lip strikes, T strikes, ASA strikes, deadbolt strikes. This would also be similar to a deadbolt strike in that it's for a 2 3/4 tall T strike, but it's not compatible because with a deadbolt because it's certainly not deep enough is the bottom line. So 2 3/4 tall, it's probably just ever so slightly shy on that. Overall depth, just shy on 5/8. About 9/16, that sort of projection in. Okay. Now, but dust boxes, the term dust box is used in different applications. You would have, although it's not really a dust box anymore, it might be called a mortar box or a mortar guard. If you have a steel frame that is meant for your installation on a masonry wall, you will have this kind of concept behind your strike prep, behind your hinge plates, and any other hardware where you're going to run fasteners into. And you can very likely count on having a dust box in a frame intended for masonry construction that will be basically a dust box. It's welded in place. You would not use a dust box in a hollow metal frame that already has that mortar guard or that mortar box there. You could use it, but you'd probably have to knock out break off the one that's there. Interestingly enough, drywall frames do not incorporate those, and that's interesting because you would certainly want a dust box there as well, but you'll want to be sure that you have that provided in your hardware set. And be mindful, speaking of hardware sets, when you're ordering your lock, don't assume you're going to get a dust box, because you don't always. Some manufacturers are automatically included, others they are not, and I can't really imagine an instance when you would not want to have one included with your hardware. Depending on how the frame has been prepped, you may not need one. If you have a jamb that has been very elegantly routed, not all the way through, or hammered and chiseled, just cleanly routed for the latch, might not be a problem whatsoever. But a dust box, in my opinion, in my estimation, would be considered something that needs to be detailed in the entire part number. Okay, let's switch to the screen view and see if we can locate some supporting documentation. Okay, so this is indeed the item we are looking at. Not much to see here except strike box for T strike. There's a drawing here. That's handy. Maybe overkill. You may not need to know this level of dimensional detail, but nonetheless. Now let's take a look at the link below this video to the manufacturer's page right here. And when that page comes up, we'll be able to load the Schlage full line catalog, and from there you can do a find function on your keyboard for C603-623. And as we're waiting for that document to load, we're going to get ready to search for that. Control F if on a PC. C603-623, there we go. Strike box for 10026 and 10027 full lip strikes. Don't think so. Don't think so. That's a typo. I'm going to go with that's a typo. The C603-623 is 2 3/4 tall. Both of those strikes shows up there again. 10026, 10027. Both of those strikes are referring to are 2 1/4 tall. Here they get it right. Box for T strike. But the 10-026, see? That's the 10026 is 2 1/4 tall. The 10027 is 2 1/4 tall. This would be for a T-strike, which is a 10001. So Schlage, they have a couple of typos in here. Not a big deal. I mean, when you're doing proper research on your material, you would have caught that. You would have known that that's the wrong dust box for a full lip strike. Let's try to search for strike box. And I'm just scrolling through here to see if I can locate a strike box specifically for a full lip strike. Does not appear to be the case. So their commercial catalog does not have a dust box for a residential lock. So I'm just doing a general online search. Strikes available. 10026, 10027. Yeah, they don't show a dust box at all. This is Schlage's residential site, which we fall clearly on the commercial side of their product line. So they don't list dust boxes for those. If you need a dust box for 2 1/4, I know that I can supply those. It just wouldn't be by Schlage. I'm a bit surprised that Schlage doesn't offer one because what I mean by that is in their A-line locks, they may not even list a full lip strike in their A-line locks. Their A-line is their grade 2 cylindrical. Yeah, they don't. They don't in their A-line lock. They do not list a full lip strike. Only T strikes. Okay. It'd be very common for someone who owns a home who wants to substantially increase the caliber of their lock set. A Schlage A-line lock would be an exceptional way to do that. However, your frames, let's say, are only prepped for 2 1/4 tall strikes, and you don't want to get into having to re-prep all those. I'm surprised that you can't get a dust box from Schlage for a full lip strike, or 2 1/4. You need that, reach out to us. We'll be happy to oblige supplying that material to you. Else on the Schlage page, you can view all the Schlage products we sell. Back to that full product catalog, a link to their website, and then several dozen encyclopedic documents are here. Most notably would be the Key Systems Answer Book, their Master Template Index. Up here we have their service manual. Very helpful documents to be able to review. Let's wrap up this video on camera. In conclusion, this is the Schlage dust box for a T-strike, a 2 3/4 tall T-strike. The name Schlage is synonymous with very high quality commercial and residential lock sets in general, accessories that go along with it. They have a full complement of garden variety cylinders and that classic Schlage C keyway, all the way up to very restricted, very much considered high security cylinders as well. They have an exceptional tech support department there that's world class, and to them I say thank you very much. Any questions on the Schlage C603-623 dust box for a T-strike or any other Schlage product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.